Today's lesson is on surface area of a pyramid. So a pyramid is a three-dimensional figure named for its polygon base and contains sides made up of triangles. So the base, it only has one base. So when you look at a pyramid, it's got this singular base and it comes to a point at the top called its apex. So all these side lengths here come up to the point at the top. So it only has that one base. A regular polygon is any polygon with sides of all equal length. A regular pyramid is a pyramid whose base is that regular polygon. So slant height then is a measurement along the lateral area that indicates the height of the triangular sides. So it's on the surface. I always call this the slant height. It's like the slanty height. It's on that slant. So when you're looking at these, you'll see that the slant height comes from the apex at the top straight down to the base down here. It doesn't go into the center. That would be the height of your pyramid. It goes on the slanted side, on the lateral side here. So I just put these to this picture here where you can do a net to find this surface area of a pyramid, but we're going to actually focus on just using a formula to do that. So we look over here. Here's our formula for the surface area. You'll notice the difference between this formula and the formula for the prism is that in this one, we only have one base because there is only one base in all pyramids. So it's that bottom piece. And then we're going to add to that 1/2 times the perimeter of the base. So it's still going to be that perimeter of your base times that slant height, so that height that goes along the side. So when you look at this, if you think about your prism, your prism had the bases, this is a very rough drawing, and your sides in your prism, so to find the lateral area of your prism, we did the perimeter of the base times the height. Well, if you notice, the only difference between this is that it's 1/2 the perimeter of the base times your slant height. The faces of all prisms are rectangles. The faces of all pyramids are triangles. A pyramid or a triangle is half of that rectangle. So that's why we're going to be multiplying everything by 1/2. If you just did the perimeter times the slant height, you'd be getting a rectangular face. So in order to create these triangular faces right here, you have to multiply it by 1/2, and that's going to get the triangles. So when you do this, we're going to follow the same process that we followed for the prisms. You're going to say, okay, well, my formula is surface area equals area of the base. So this base is a square. So the area of a base is 13 times 13, or 13 squared, plus 1/2 times perimeter of your base. 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13. We're going to go all the way around that base. And then times your slant height. So times that slanted height right here, which is 28. So same exact process that we took when we were finding the surface area of a prism. We're just adjusting that formula to account for the triangular sides, these triangular sides, and only one base. Thank you, Hunter. So you're going to solve this the way we solve all of our other problems, following the order of operations. So the first piece I'm going to do is this 13 times 13, which is 169, plus 1/2 times, and then I'm going to add all these 13s together to get 52, and then that times 28. And now I'm going to solve this side first because we have to multiply before we add. So surface area equals 169 plus 728. And then our final answer, when we add those two together, is going to be 897 meters squared. So surface area, we're going to solve it the same way, like I was saying, as the prisms, except we're going to do half of our lateral area since we're dealing with just the triangle, and only one base measurement since you only have one base. So pause the video and I want you to try number 2. Okay, you should have gotten 304 inches squared for that pyramid. Looking at the next one, you actually have a triangular pyramid. Those first two were rectangular pyramids, or the first one was actually a square pyramid. Number 2 was a rectangular pyramid. Number 3 is a triangular pyramid. So there's no real big difference in how we're going to solve it. Your base is still that triangle, and you're going to solve it finding that area of that triangle. So if you think about a triangle, find the area of that base. It's 1/2 base times height. So surface area equals 1/2 times. Now remember, when we were talking about this, we look for that right angle in our base. And there it is. It's touching this leg here and this leg here of this triangle. So we're going to say that the base and height of that triangle is going to be 4 and 3. So it's 1/2 times 4 times 3. So that's to find the area of my triangular base. Plus, the formula has 1/2 times perimeter of the base. That's what the P stands for. So this is a 3, 4, 5. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 times your slant height. So that's going to be this 11 right here. Okay, and then we're going to solve this following the order of operations again. So surface area is going to equal 6 plus 1/2, and then 3 plus 4 plus 5 is going to give you 12 times 11. And then you'll have 6 plus 66. That's an equal sign, not a Z. The surface area equals 72 feet squared. So pause the video, and I want you to take a look at number 4. You'll see that again, it's another, excuse me, it's another triangular pyramid. So your base is going to be that triangle. So you're going to find the area of your triangular base, that bottom piece here. That's the one thing I really like about pyramids, is that a lot of times the base is the bottom. Whether it's going to be a square or a rectangle, that's going to be that odd shape. Or if you're looking at a triangular pyramid, you can call any triangle that's on the bottom your base. Any triangle could be the base of it, depending upon how it's sitting. So I like to just say that the bottom is going to be my base. That's what I like about these. They're not as confusing sometimes as the prisms. Okay, so pause the video and see if you can get number 4. So here you'll see that our base is that triangle down here. So it's 1/2 base times height. And remember I said, look for those right angles. There's the right angle right there. It's touching the 9 and it's touching the 7. So that's why your base and height are 9 and 7. Here, our perimeter is that distance around, and you'll notice that we have these tick marks here, indicating that if that side is 7, so is that side, so is that side. That's why the perimeter of this triangle is 7 plus 7 plus 7. And then that quantity times 12. So you should have gotten 157.5 centimeters squared. This next one I like a lot because it's actually a bit easier than the others. The reason I say this is because you are given the area of the base. You don't have to find it. So when we do this, surface area equals, we're going to follow our same exact formula. Area of the base, oh, it's 45. Nice. Plus, so area of the base plus 1/2 times perimeter. Well, one of these is 5. It's a pentagon. All of them are exactly the same. So our perimeter is going to be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is going to be 25. And then times your slant height, which is 20. So surface area equals, we're going to solve this, 40. That's not 40. That would be 45. So 45 plus 250. So it's going to equal 295. Okay, inches squared. So pyramids are different than prisms because they have just that one base. All their faces are triangles, and they come to that point up here called your apex. All the faces come to that point. We're not going to really focus on number 6. I'm going to give you the answer to it. It's going to be 276. And if you want a challenge, see if you can figure out how we got that. The answer key is in your is posted on Schoology, so you can check it there. But see if you can figure out how to get that 256.